From hard-hitting, insightful discussions
Because when I come to the hadith, I look for
to shows for the whole family,
Welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. Yes,
to shows that keep you on the edge of your seat,
The winner is Mullah Ali Zuhairi!
to live streams from the holy city of Karbala, there is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
are you in court for raping English girls? Remember? You're here defending the paedophile. I'm here defending your dad. These women are here defending the paedophile. You're here defending.
We don't need a TV channel because we've got mosques.
We have Islamic centres that are always open.
We have schools teaching Islam.
Hijab is part of a school uniform.
Islam has come and it's established here in the West.
And everyone's happy.
They love us, our food, our fashion.
Our culture.
The media is always on our side.
We've got plenty of English speakers, plenty of English books.
And plenty of places to go and learn in the English language.
Let's be real.
Let's get active. Be more involved.
ImamHusseinFree.tv.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV3. Welcome back to another episode of Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I'm your host for this evening, Sayyid Muthanna Al-Musawi, and I am joined by our dear Sheikh Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you doing, Sheikhna?
Alhamdulillah, fine.
Alhamdulillah. It's great to be sitting here opposite you once again, and inshallah in this episode we can learn plenty from the questions that our dear viewers send in. Before we do get started with the questions, Sheikhna, I'd just please like to request from you to recite a quick dua for our dear brothers and sisters who may be in hospital or on a sick bed. Just a quick dua for them.
Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Amman yujibu al-muttarra idha da'a. ويكشف السوء اللهم شافي وعافي كل مريض بحق محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. To our dear viewers, just a quick reminder on how the show works. It works in 3 steps. The first step being you send in your questions. The second step, I ask the Sheikh your questions, and then the third step, the Sheikh answers your questions. And to do that first and most important step, all you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199. Or with the WhatsApp number over here, you can either call or message 0741 509 2155, or you can scan the QR code. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions there. And Sheikhna, without further ado, let us begin with the questions from YouTube. Pray for me and pray for my family to buy a house. Sheikhna, another dua, please.
Inshallah. Allahumma arzuqhum baytan wasi'an.
Ya Allah, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, may Allah arzaq us all. And then Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, I'm here to ask a question, fatwa according to the rulings of Grand Ayatollah Sistani. Assalamu alaikum, I am 21 years old and I used to do mustahab salah. I used to wash my face when I start the intention. The water is on my face, but I don't begin it with new water. Is that fine, Sheikhna?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. If you have wetness on your face, enough wetness, I mean you can make the intention of the, for example, wudu. Let's say you just came out from the bath, you had a shower, then you can wash your face with whatever water is on your face. Just make the intention of wudu and that's it. you've just done the first phase of the wudu. So, because what's important, you have to wash. So you have to have water on your face to be able to make that basically the wudu with this regard.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. Can I punish my friend without asking a Hakim al-Shar'i?
Number one, punishment is not always the solution for the disputes. The Quran states about the afu, that one should forgive in somehow.
Okay.
So forgiveness of afu, as the Quran mentions, is what is better rather than punishing. And that's number one. Number two, for punishments, you have to go back to Ahkam SOS.
Okay.
You cannot punish yourself, otherwise it's going to be chaos. So you have to go back to Ahkam SOS, especially if it's to do with intentional killing, this qisas, then you have to go back to Ahkam SOS with this regard. You cannot do it yourself at all.
And Sheikhna, for those that don't know what a Hakim al-Shara' is, what is that?
Is the faqih, Jama' al-Shara', the jurist, in other words.
Jurist,
the faqih,
okay.
The marājiʿ, or the jurist who represents the Sharia.
And they would judge whether or what should be done.
Yes.
What is fair.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, can we buy alcohol and use it for medicine?
There's industrial alcohol, which has been used already in the, for example, medication and other products such as shampoos and soaps. So it's already been there, it's been used. So if it's for reasonable usage and it's not intoxicating, then one can buy and use it. It's already been used, as I've said, in products and medications. So for this purpose, they can use it. But the intoxicating is not permissible. So alcohol which intoxicates is not permissible to be bought or sold.
To be bought or sold?
Yes.
But if it's for medicine?
Which is non-intoxicating, in other words. Which can be used, as we see, in the pharmaceutical manufacturing industries. They would use it for a very minimum amount.
Okay. Also, Sheikhna, I've seen in several movies, just on this point, I've seen in several movies, I think this might actually be a thing, in whom people get alcohol and they put it on their body when مثلا they've got a cut, to basically aqam it, to basically like speed up the process of it closing, to clean it as well. Is that fine to buy and to use for that reason?
It's already, as I said, it's already in some of the medications that you buy a specific liquid which does the job. And there's a percentage of alcohol to be used for external use, which is allowed. That's fine.
So that's fine. Yeah. But if I did not have access to a GP or anything like that, or a pharmacy, would I not be able to go to like a local shop, get alcohol and use it for that reason?
If it's not harmful, you can do so. Yeah.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, does burping make salah batil?
No, it doesn't. No.
It doesn't?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, is it true that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that people who use their left hand, leftists, are cursed or deviant?
If there is such narration, or let's say similar narration in terms of those who use their left hand to do some, let's say to eat, for example, which is discouraged, it's definitely towards karaha and not towards the hurma. So it's some kind of amal makruh, or discouraged act in which one uses their left hand, let's say to eat and so forth. So rather one should use their right hand. But there's no hurma or forbiddenness with this regard.
So they're not cursed or deviant?
No, as I've said, sometimes you see the narration is a bit severe. There's la'n sometimes. But that doesn't mean that it is haram and the one is cursed. It means that it's discouraged.
Okay.
We have to understand the tone of the hadith, the language of the hadith. This is important.
Okay.
It's not just always, there's la'n, there's a haram, that's it, you have to avoid it.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Just a quick reminder to our dear viewers at home. We are now 10 minutes into today's episode, so make sure to send in your questions before it is too late, and you will have to wait till our next episode, which will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. So please make sure to tune in for that episode, but more importantly, send in your questions now, and inshallah the Sheikh will be here to answer it. Sheikhna, carrying on with the questions from WhatsApp, is it wajib to shave head in Umrah, or is it only mustahab?
No, in Umrah there's no shaving, you just have to trim or cut your hair. What is wajib is in the first Hajj, your Hajjatul Islam, the very first wajib Hajj, then you have to shave it, yes, according to some ulama that you have to do so. Now if it's fatwa or ihtiyat wujubi, there is such a thing with this regard. Now some might say, you might find maybe some marājiʿ might say that you can even trim it. But anyhow, the main thing in Hajj is wajib that to halq al-ra's, which is shaving the head. Now, is it with sharp blade or with the trimming ones, for example, which is almost zero? So again, that would be allowed according to some.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, can I let my Sunni friends pray in my home?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. There's no issue with it. You can.
It's completely fine. Okay. Sheikhna, a similar question. What if we were to, are we allowed to let a Sunni enter into our Husayniyat and pray?
I mean, they are already entering the holy shrines in Karbala and Najaf, and they pray their salah in their own way, in own madhab. So they are free to come to visit and pray there. And yeah.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, how many days is required for i'tikaf in a mosque?
3 days.
3 days?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, is it permissible to hang out with one's future wife before the nikah contract?
As he or she mentioned, nikah contract before that, which means hanging out is to go out. Definitely there's going to be some kind of romantic exchange of words and conversations, laughter, cracking jokes. These are all forbidden unless done through nikah contract.
Okay.
And nikah contract is very simple. I mean, if both parties are happy, just the words are read, and that's it. They become halal to each other. Now they can do it in a short term or the permanent marriage.
And is a sheikh or a sayyid required to be sat there and recite it?
It's better, just in case that they might make a mistake in terms of uttering the wrong words, for example, not mentioning the mahar, not mentioning the timing, and so forth.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, is cutting my nails in a holy place allowed?
We have to understand that the holy places have their own sanctity and respect. So we have to avoid acts in which would end somehow, if people see it, for example, as a urf, as a norm, that would breach the sanctity of these holy places. These places are there for the one to worship Allah Azza wa Jal, to recite dua, to do prayers, mustahab prayers. It's not the place of cleaning yourself, for example. Now, through trimming your hair, let's say, beard, moustache, or even cutting your nails. So you have to go back somewhere else outside these holy places and do it. So the subject is not to breach the sanctity of these holy places, shrines or mosques and so forth.
Understood, Sheikhna. And is it mustahab to clean oneself before entering into these places? Of course they are clean, but maybe a shower, cleaning your nails, haircut, stuff like that, before entering into these holy places? Yes,
indeed, we have etiquettes in terms of going to the mosque or the holy shrines, to have ghusl, for example, to wear nice and clean clothes, for example. There's no najasa, impurity on your body, and clothes, for example, wearing perfume. Mentioned, yeah. Okay,
understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum. Oh, mashallah, Sheikhna. It says over here, my co-worker took his shahada on Friday, alhamdulillah. What are the first next steps for me to teach him properly?
Yeah, teach them salah to start with, because they need to start praying every day. So teach him how to pronounce the words of salah, hamd, surah, the tasbihat and dhikr and so forth. That's important. And of course, teach him about how to perform the wudu, for example, the wajib ghusl, if he needs or she needs to do the wajib ghusl for any reason. Yeah, these are the main basic necessities that they have to learn, wajib ones, in terms of daily prayers and ghusl and so forth.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And I believe also that they can find certain videos on Imam Hussein TV. Indeed. That can give them pointers on what they need to do, how to do wudu, how to pray.
There's also some tutorial about the salah, how to pray.
Yes.
They filmed already how to pray dhuhr, asr, maghrib, isha and fajr as well.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
I mean, the brother or sister can play it and follow what they
follow
pray.
Along with that.
Yeah.
Yes. So. Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, is smelling alcohol haram?
It's not haram, but why should I smell alcohol? Why should I smell the, let's say, the petrol, for example? It's not something rational. You know? One should avoid that. There's no point for it. The Quran states, subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا, do not approach adultery. And I'm trying to approach what? The alcohol, the wine, and try to smell it.
But that's approaching, Sheikhna. Let's say if you were in passing, Sheikhna. If you were in passing and you smell it.
The way you said that it's like somebody brings you a bottle or a glass of wine and you want to smell it. That's wrong.
Okay.
Don't approach al haram. Quran gave us a standard with this regard. Do not approach the haram. Because one day you will like it, you will, na'udhu billah, consume it and do it.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Just a quick reminder to our dear viewers, please do send in your questions, otherwise you will have to wait till our next episode. It's very important that you send in your questions. After all, this show, Ahkam SOS, is all about us discussing various Islamic topics, practices and principles. So if you would like to fill in the gaps of knowledge you may have, or you are unsure about, this is the best place to send and to ask. It's completely anonymous. It's completely so you don't have to be shy. You don't even have to be hesitant. Just send in your questions. Seeking knowledge is such a great thing to do. So please send in your questions either through the numbers down below, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions there. Sheikhna, carrying on with the questions from YouTube. Salaam alaikum. At my university accommodation, I struggle with space to read namaz. When going into sujood, I have to lower my head under my desk. Would it be permissible for me to read it while sitting?
You have to find anyhow, because you can in somehow, you're not compelled or in somehow forced to do so. As sometimes some people are in prison, for example, they give them very small space.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have to stand all the time or sit all the time. They can't do anything. So you're not compelled. So you can somehow go out, pray outside, in the corridor, for example. Nobody's in the corridor. Just put your namaz or sajjada and pray in the corridor, or other places in the building, for example. So you're not compelled and forced to pray in your bedroom, for example. So try to find a solution, because you can't just sit down and pray. These are exceptions in terms of those who are traveling, for example. They can't find a place to stand and pray. The situation is difficult. Or, as I said, the one who's in prison, in a confined situation where he can't stand, have enough space to perform ruku' and sujood.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then the final question before we go to break from YouTube: if Fajr time is not up, can I go ahead and pray nafilah after namaz al-layl?
Yes, some ulama would say that when you pray the 11 rak'ah of nafilat al-layl, you can pray it through rak'ah of nafilat al-fajr.
Okay.
Yes.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And as I just said, we will now be going on a break. But just before that, the Sheikh has something he would like to say. Sheikhna, over to you.
Yes, indeed. There's a narration interesting by the Imam Salamullah alayh. Imam Ali alayhi salam in Al-Hikam wal-Mawa'idh, he states, yes, أكثر الاستغفار تجلب الرزق. Try to say the istighfar, astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu ilayh. This brings you rizq and sustenance.
Okay.
And this is, of course, the Imam would go back to the Holy Quran. It's in the Holy Quran, in Surah Nuh, when Allah stated, وَقُلْ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. And say to the people to say astaghfirullah, to ask Allah's forgiveness, Allah would forgive. يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا. The heavens and the sky would pour on you all the blessings.
Okay.
So yes, indeed, istighfar is one of the ways for you to get rizq and sustenance and to increase it. So 100 times in the morning, say astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu ilayh, and 100 times in the evening just before you sleep. Astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu ilayh 100 times.
Understood, understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And to our dear viewers, as I've just said, we will now be going on a break. Make sure to send in your questions. All the information is down below, and inshallah, the Sheikh will be here to answer them after the break. See you soon.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars. Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
established based on peace and non-violence?
Is it permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Welcome back after the break to Ahkam SOS, the show where we discuss various Islamic topics, practices and principles. I hope that during the break you managed to send in your questions. If you have not yet done so, please do send them in now. Otherwise, it will be too late and you will have to wait till our next episode, which will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. So please make sure to tune in for that episode. But more importantly, send in your questions now. To send in your questions, all you need to do is either call in with the number shown below over here, 0203 515 0199. Or with the WhatsApp number over here, you can call in or message 0741 509 2155. Or you can scan the QR code to take you to our WhatsApp. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can send in your questions here. And inshallah, in all scenarios, the Sheikh will be here to answer your questions. Carrying on with the questions, Sheikhna from YouTube. Can someone who has a lot of qada prayers but tries to pray them and avoid sinning and making his obligations be adil?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. To be adil and just, it means that you have to refrain from the acts of sins. So if you refrain, you're adil, people can follow you as a Imam Jama'ah and pray behind you, that's fine. Even if you have qada prayers, that's not going to void your adal and justiceness.
So the main thing is avoiding sin.
That's it, yeah. Then you can be an Imam Jama'ah and pray.
Understood, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, can my wife ride a bike for fun in a public park?
You see, any act that would cause temptation from the other gender, the other opposite gender, and lustful situation, that would be forbidden. So they have to observe this issue, that they shouldn't be in a position that would cause temptation and lust and so forth for the opposite gender. It depends. I can't really tell how, especially if they were a bit tight clothes, because you can't wear abaya on the bike. It's difficult to talk about it because the situation is different when it's to do with riding a bike, for example. So try it within closed environment if they can, in a private place, for example.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, does makeup break my fast?
No, the makeup would not break your fast. No, that's fine.
It wouldn't?
No.
Okay. But what about to do wudu? That's a whole other matter.
Yeah, you have now wudu, ghusl. Yeah, if you have ghusl just in the middle of the night, let's say, or night before the fasting day, then of course you have to make sure that this makeup is removed, which is causing obstacle for the reach of the water to the face.
Okay.
In this case, yes, it could cause a problem if you leave it and you do the ghusl or wudu. Well, ghusl mainly, because wudu is to do with the salah, but the wajib ghusl would cause an issue with this regard, because your ghusl now is batil, invalid, because you have a makeup which preventing the water of ghusl to reach the skin, in other words.
Understood. Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. Just a quick reminder to our dear viewers at home, where there is not much time left for this episode, so make sure to get it in quickly, be quick and send in your questions, and inshallah the Sheikh will be here to answer them. Sheikhna, carrying on from WhatsApp, next week will be Rajab, and I wanted some advice on how to prepare for that month, and what acts of worship do you advise to do in that month?
Inshallah, I'll elaborate on this issue this Thursday, inshallah.
This Thursday.
I'll bring the Mafatih Jannah and I'll mention some acts. But in overall, the month of Rajab is the month of istighfar. So as much as you can, try to ask Allah for repentance and perform istighfar, astaghfirullah wa atubu. I think I'll mention exactly how to say it. Is it 70 times, less or more? So yes, istighfar is the month of istighfar. So it's a month of purification. So you begin with cleansing yourself, and you enter Sha'ban, the month of salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad again. So you're gaining the rewards for the salawat and preparing for the month of Ramadan. So yes, you begin with istighfar, and of course fasting is very recommended in the month of Rajab. If you have qada, fast, best time to perform it in Rajab. And of course it's winter time now, which means shorter hours. You're not going to feel that thirst and hunger because of the winter hours. So it's the best opportunity for the believing men and women to fast this month, either for qada or even for mustahab.
Understood. Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And dear viewers, as you have just heard from the Sheikh, tune in this Thursday, and inshallah the Sheikh will give a whole list of mustahab things to do, inshallah, in this upcoming month. Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, can we watch movies in a cinema?
You see, it depends. If it's an indecent movie with indecent scenes, it's forbidden, definitely.
Okay.
But if it's a movie that, let's say, talks about World War II or World War I, for example, it's more a true story, let's say, that doesn't have such indecent scenes, then one can do so. So, and then you have the issue of music. If there's a music playing, then you're not allowed to listen to that music. So you have to be careful with this issue, to choose the right movie, for example, that has no indecent clips and scenes.
But Sheikhna, if it's a new movie in the cinema, how do we know if it's going to have indecent clips?
I think they would put some kind of trailer. Yeah, trailer.
Yeah. So but sometimes it doesn't show it.
Well, you have to check.
You have to check. Okay.
Just for precaution, as ihtiyat.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, I will be becoming baligh soon. Would I be able to do a taqleed of a marājiʿ that had passed away a few years ago?
No, you can't. Yeah, ulama would not allow for the one to do taqleed of the one who was just passed away. So you have to do taqleed from the one who is alive now. So you choose from marājiʿ who are alive now. Go back to the experts, the ulama that you know, to find you the right marājiʿ that you want to choose. As they say, al-a'lam fal-a'lam, the one who is more knowledgeable. Then you just find one and follow that marājiʿ.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, quite an interesting question, Sheikhna. It asks, is making others Shia more important, or focusing on our Shia youth more important?
Well, a bit of both, let's say, because it's important that we protect our own community.
Yes.
This is very important. And at the same time, we do the tabligh and da'wah for others to join the ark of salvation, the ark of Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salamullah alayhim ajma'een. But yes, it is important to protect our youth, our youngsters, boys and girls. Very important. We shouldn't neglect them and go to others. To try to bring them to the right path. As I've said, both needed, but we have to see which one is more important, and we give it priority.
Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, is tuna fish halal in any country? As we don't know, how did they catch them?
Usually they would catch them and they would die outside the water, which is fine. It's not to do with catching them. The issue is with the scales. How much do they have scales or do they not have scales? That's the issue. If the tuna fish has scales, then it's absolutely halal to consume.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, Sheikh, how can I change my marājiʿ to Sayyid Sadiq al-Shirazi?
You have to have a valid reason for this change to another marājiʿ. So best way is to speak to the office of Sayyid Sadiq al-Shirazi's representative with this regard to discuss the issue.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from YouTube, do we get thawab by liking Islamic content on social media?
You see, any kind of support, encouragement would have definitely a reward. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. The one who does a deed which is good, he gets, even if it's the size of atom or iota, as they say, then you get the reward. The size of atom. So even liking is some kind of an act of encouraging. Allah says the size of an atom. ذرة خيرا يرى. He would see the khair.
Interesting.
So if it's to do with encouraging, let's say a lecture or recitation of the Quran or Noha and so forth, if it really is supporting, boosting that program, of course, one will get the reward.
That's very, very interesting. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then just a quick reminder to our dear viewers at home, we are getting closer and closer to the end of this episode. So make sure to send in your questions before it is too late. Otherwise, you will have to wait till our next episode, which will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. So make sure to, of course, tune in for the episode, but more importantly, send in your questions now. And inshallah, the Sheikh will be here to answer them. Sheikhna, from WhatsApp, is making another person sick haram?
One should not harm anyone in any means. It's not permissible. One should, in anyhow, rather than making others sick or harm, they should protect them. So it's the opposite. You can't harm anyone.
But if it's not harming, if مثلا, for example, I was sick and I went out to meet up with one of my friends, then he became sick because of me. Is that haram?
You didn't do it intentionally. As I said, it's intentional harm would be forbidden.
Intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
That I'm intending to make somebody sick for such reason, so I'm jealous and so forth. So any harm that is within bad intention would be not allowed.
Understood, Sheikhna, thank you. And then from WhatsApp, Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. I live in Yemen. Can I make Eid al-Zahra in my house?
It's your choice. If you feel safe in your country, in your city, village, you can do so. Yeah, why not?
What if it's, Sheikhna, what if there is a danger in this country?
Well, then we have the hukum of taqiyya comes in, and again, the taqiyya could be wajib, could be haram, could be mustahab, could be makruh. It depends according to the hukum.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, Salaam alaikum, I have a business, and that business is where I'm selling my services, but some people often argue about the price. Am I allowed to decide what price I sell it at?
The Quran states tijara and taradin, mutual agreement upon trading and transaction.
Okay.
So it's both sides, yes. You can increase the price, the amount that you want, and sell, yes. It's your products.
So as long as it's Mutually agreed.
Agreed, yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, is blocking a pathway by praying break my salah?
No, it doesn't break your salah, but you have to avoid causing or blocking people's access to the, let's say, a house or a place. Or when they walk, for example. You shouldn't block people's path, in other words. That's not recommended.
That's not recommended at all. Understood. Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, what is Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani's view on boycotting brands that could support Zionism?
His Eminence has a very old fatwa, a long time ago, that if someone or some company gives portion of that to a specific country that is in war with the Muslims, then that's not allowed. That's the issue. So that part of the profit or the income is going towards that country that is in war with the Muslims, be it any country, in any country that goes war against Muslims. In the past, old days, we had Russia, for example, the communist. Before that, for example, we had other countries, neighboring, for example, Muslim countries. So any country that could cause damage and kill the Muslims, and you're actually going to that company or shop, which sends profits, part of the profit to that country, that's not allowed.
Understood, Sheikhna. Sheikhna, a further question regarding boycotting. There are a lot of brands that we see nowadays that support the LGBT community. Do we have to boycott these companies?
Well, again, you have to see what kind of support is it. You know, sometimes they just put a banner, for example, outside their shop or their supermarket. It depends. We have to study more in terms of how this works. Is it a financial support? Is it just a media support, for example? Because at the end of the day, they're a company that they have millions of customers, and some of them is this group that they would shop from them. They don't lose their customers. So they will put some kind of banner or a flag of that group, for example, in support of them. That's it. So it depends, as I said. Is it financial? Is it just the media?
Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, is making jokes about other religions haram?
You see, it's important that we respect other people's belief in terms of not mocking in a way that they would start mocking our Prophet, cursing our, na'udhu billah, our Imam, na'udhu billah, or even cursing Allah Azza wa Jal, na'udhu billah. So we have to use common sense and logic and wisdom with this regard. Because as soon as you do it, they will reply. And you get a backlash as a result. The Quran states, وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ بِالْحِكْمَةِ وَالْمُوعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ. Use wisdom, use the good words, nice words, evidence, proof, and sit down and debate with them. Rather than mocking their gods and mocking their saints and so forth. Sit down. بِالَّتِي أَحْسَنُ. Use the right method and words in order to communicate with them and debate with them.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, is it permissible to look at animals' private parts?
You see, any looks that would arouse the lust or temptation, that would be not allowed. So one should avoid any kind of lookings, be it an animal or humans, that would cause the arousal of lust. Would not be allowed. Even to look at, let's say, a male's body who is on the beach, for example, by another male, for example, which is lustful, would not be allowed.
Okay. Sheikhna, I think the question isn't regarding lustful looks or anything like that. Maybe it's more to do in like a science class, for example, where you're trying to learn about these different organisms and creatures and animals. Are we allowed to look at these animals as private parts?
The forbidden is to look at the humans, not to look at the humans' private parts, and not the animals.
Even in a science class?
No, as I've said, in terms of the hurma of looking at the private parts is to do with the humans.
Okay.
That's the main thing.
Understood. Thank you, Sheikhna. And then from WhatsApp, Salaam alaikum, Sheikh. I need your help. How can I stop my auntie from making black magic on me?
Advise her بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. Again, the Holy Quran. Use wisdom and nice words and akhlaq to repel her from this evil act.
Okay, understood. Thank you, Sheikhna, for answering that. And thank you very much for being with us today and answering all the questions. We do highly appreciate it. To our dear viewers, thank you very much for tuning in to today's episode of Ahkam SOS. We hope that we managed to answer all your questions. If we did not do so, we do apologize. Please do send in your questions on our next episode, which will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. So make sure to tune in and send in your questions there. Inshallah, we have now reached the end of our episode. Down below, you will see a link, www.imamhussein3.tv/donate, which is where you can support and you can donate towards the different programs and the different shows and episodes that we do here at the TV channel. So please make sure to donate generously, and inshallah, together we can build a foundation for our future generations. This has been Ahkam SOS. I've been your host, Sayyid Muthanna Al-Musawi, and inshallah we see you in the coming episodes. Fi amanillah. Sayyid, you ate before the adhan? Do you know if your fast was valid? Brother, you love tattoos, don't you? Is tattoos haram or halal?